KZN is where we start, and still reeling, of course, from last year's floods. And now residents in the province are bracing for another bout of heavy rain. 15 municipalities have been placed on high alert. Let's now get more for you from the KZN Corporative Governance spokesperson, Siboniso Mngadi, making time for me this morning. Siboniso, good morning. Just help me understand, and residents in KZN understand, just how worrying is this heavy downpour?
Well, good morning, Gareth and your viewers. No, we are indeed, we were on high alert over the past 2 days, if I may put it. But I think now we can breathe a sigh of relief because the forecast shows that the rain expected is below 30% today after the heavy rains from Sunday night. So we were on high alert, 15 municipalities, as you put it. Our disaster management team has been on standby to monitor the situation very closely. But we are happy that at this point there's no serious incident that has been reported by our disaster management team in various parts of the province. So we're monitoring the situation very closely, even though we understand that I think today the weather shows that it's 25% rain expected in the different parts of the province, which is not that worrying. However, we'll continue to monitor the situation until maybe today or tomorrow, once the weather is fully cleared up.
Yeah, once it's let up properly as well. So just so I understand, these 15 municipalities that were on high alert that I mentioned in our headlines, are any of the municipalities, any part of KZN still on high alert, or has the alerts been removed?
Well, according to the notice that we received from the South African Weather Services, the rain was expected to be heavy until 11 p.m. last night. So that was a critical period for us. But today, it seems like we're not having too much rain. However, but we will continue to monitor maybe until today. So the officials will closely monitor the situation, and then we can see if everyone is safe. The water levels will also going to check all those things and ensure that no one is at risk of flooding, and the infrastructure is in good standing.
Yeah, it's the infrastructure everyone worries about, especially after those devastating floods from not too long ago. Let's talk infrastructure for a moment, if we can. So apart from the rain, you mentioned low-lying areas and flood-prone areas. You tell me that water levels, at least for now, aren't too concerning. What are those areas in KZN? Perhaps just give me 2 or 3 that people need to be aware of, especially people travelling through the province. What are some of the areas that could be concern for flooding if it were to pick up again?
Well, definitely, I'd say the coastal towns such as the Reinkonyene, that is South Coast, and Potchefstroom, eThekwini Metro, KwaDukuza municipality, that is staying apart. So the department were more worried about those areas because of where we're coming from. eThekwini Metro is still recovering. Some of the roads have not been repaired, but the municipality is on the programs to repair those roads. So that was the most critical part that we're worried about. But we're hoping that this rain have passed and no serious incident that will be reported to us.
Yeah, hopefully it has passed. There's no issues on the way. Provincial EMS and provincial disaster management, along with private EMS and disaster management. Tell me about the collaboration between the two. How closely do you work between private and public EMS and disaster management?
No, I think the private-public partnership has worked very well in the past. We recall that during the 2021 floods, they were in the forefront working as a team. So whenever there is alert, they are all activated, they are all on standby and ready to respond to any challenges that may arise or during the flood. So we've been seeing this partnership even during small minor floods and a massive disaster that we saw in 2021. So there's been a collaboration and the information sharing from time to time. As soon as we receive the data from South African Weather Services that there may be flooding, they are all on standby and always willing to help. And we also recommend the NGOs and staff and everyone, that the volunteers, that are always willing to assist whenever there is a need.
Last question, then. I want to just ask about the facilities that you have available. I think everyone got a bit of a fright during the last flooding, hundreds of lives lost. Have you got everything as Kokhta and as a province that you need? Are you short of anything that could put the lives of people at risk in the province? Do you need anything at all, or have you got everything that you could possibly need to save as many people as possible? And that's what you're telling South Africa this morning.
Yeah, no, definitely our disaster management centers has been equipped with the equipment that they may need, the use of community infrastructure like community halls, the schools. They are all can be used during disasters. So we activate those areas that we see that they can be utilized for keeping our people safe, especially those that can be removed from low-lying areas. So we always make sure that we have places available that can be utilized at any time should we see that people need to be evacuated from their homes. So the disaster management centers across municipalities have been encouraged maybe to make sure that they have everything that may be needed during the disasters, like the blankets, the mattress and stuff for temporary use.